Okay, what you're about to hear I made yesterday. That's why I said I believe he was on this call, when now I know for a fact, since Lane posted this, that he was on the call, and this changes everything. Now, I'm just using this as an example of the courtroom because it kind of perfectly displays all the, the force parts. This will give you a visual of the advantage that they have by doing this. Okay, my whole thing is that the phone that Kent Walchrist had in his hand was a part of this call as well. So he's on there 2 times. So I believe he's sitting next to the judge. So we'll just take that part out and put these Nazis right there. Or, I'm sorry, NYPD. We'll put Kent in there where he belongs, right here. And then his TVs, he's got one on his side that's upright, one above him that's straight, flat, like a normal TV. And then his cell phone right here in between him and the judge that they keep looking at. Now, I don't know if you've seen this hearing or know about it, but it's an injunction for harassment, contesting the injunction against harassment, and it's the one who got the injunction is Shannon Walker, and she is going to appear up here in the viewers thing where we are, you know what I mean, right? Okay, now remember, Kent is signed in on another phone, right? And he is either a host or a co-host, because that's what you can assign that to people, and they have the same powers to remove people from a room or add people to a room. But he is on his cell phone as a viewer, so he is also right here. Okay, so he can see what we see, and he can hear those. See, the problem is there's no precedence for this. Now, there is a way to prove it, like it's already been proven that he's doing this, and it's deceitful as shit. But how do you bring about accusing it? Like, how do you bring it about? I don't know. There's no precedent for it. What's up, me? Got it. Here's me adding myself to a meeting that I started. So whenever you're an incompetent moron like Kent Walchrist, you probably don't know anything about audio settings on your computer or audio in general. But when it's all default, what happens when you accept yourself into a meeting that you started is you're going to get this huge fucking echo, and then you're going to have the issue with the talkie bubbles being there and then muting your mic and one not being there. You have to mute one so you don't have the echo. Okay. As I'm going to demonstrate here, but this is my first time using Google Meet, and I didn't download the app, so I have limited function. But I'm just trying to prove what the Kent thing real quick. Woo! Boopy pants! You hear that echo? That's because I just joined the call for my phone. You see, so my phone, like his phone, will just be the little circle with the blue talkie bubble thing right there. Ken Walchrist. All right, sweet. All right, I'll put this over here.
That's on calendar today.
Ken Walchrist on behalf of the state.
That's on calendar today.
Ken Walchrist on behalf of the state.
That's on calendar today.
Ken Walchrist on behalf of the state.
That's on calendar today.
Ken Walchrist on behalf of the state.
The app. I just did it on the website. This echo is really annoying. Okay, here we go. See, now you should just get a regular sound. See how I got the cancel out. Cancel out.
That's on
and the talkie bubble. Well,
Ken Walchrist on behalf.
Cancel out and talkie bubble right there. One on my talkie bubble on my phone. Cancel out on my whatever computer. Same thing. Cheater, pumpkin eater, brah. So now, once again, what is so damning about that? Well, other than him being able to clone himself and going against everything that is, dignified about a court, it also proves that they are in the same room together, in close proximity. So that fact, mixed with her misunderstanding / briefing / reading of the court rules, creates a really bad situation for the public in general.
While court is in session, if you must take an urgent call or have to respond to an email or some other message, I'd ask that you leave the Google Meet and come back when you're able to give your full attention to the proceeding.
Well, he's on his phone right here. He didn't leave the Google Meet. Well, he broke a court order or a court rule or whatever you want to call it. So sanctions, whatnot.
I have received no requests from any news media nor expressly granted permission to anyone, so therefore no one is authorized to broadcast, televise, photograph, including screenshots, or record in-person or remote judicial proceedings pursuant to New Mexico Rule 23-107, paragraph F.
Okay. Assuming what she said was true, which it's not, she is totally miscategorizing the law in New Mexico, which I'll show you in a second. But let's say it was true. If it is true,
any violation of this rule or any court rule may result in the imposition of sanctions by this court, including but not limited to removal from the court, including the Google Meet.
first of all, who is she talking to? Is she talking specifically to Lane or to all the people that are in the audience or whatever? Because if you can be, she said you can be removed. Does she mean Lane can be removed for for somebody else violating this? Because that's what she did, right? So if that's the case, then what business does the prosecutor have being a part of the audience? Because all the prosecutor has to do, if what she's saying is true and this is how they follow that rule, this is their policy for that rule, then all he has to do is get on his phone like he did and be a part of the audience and press a button that says record, and then fucking boom, and then he's won his case. He's got his the defendant removed, Lane's gone, and whatever. He can do this to anybody. That's the problem.
Fines levied, being held in contempt, and denial of a motion or relief requested in the hearing.
Wow. Now she is talking to Lane. So he can have one of his requests for relief from a motion denied because somebody else is recording. And you're telling me that the prosecutor is sitting in that crowd of people that can possibly hit record and do that to Lane or whatever opposing lawyer. That is garbage. There's no way the rules in New Mexico say that. And if they do, then it's fucked up, dude. There's no fucking way. And on top of that, she's miscategorizing the law in general. She claims,
I have received no requests from any news media nor expressly granted permission to anyone, so therefore no one is authorized to broadcast, televise, photograph, including screenshots, or record in-person or remote judicial proceedings pursuant to New Mexico Rule 23-107, paragraph F.
So it should read that broadcast, televising, recording, including screenshots, are prohibited unless they're expressly given permission so by the judge, right? Because if she doesn't give permission, then no one can do it. So it would be prohibited. But the rule doesn't read like that. The very beginning of the rule reads like this. It says, broadcasting, televising, photographing, and recording of the courtroom proceedings in the New Mexico area are hereby authorized in accordance with the guidelines set forth in this rule. So they're authorized if she doesn't say anything. I mean, you don't even have to read any further than that, but let's just humor her and we'll go read F. But this lady is off a rocker, man. F says the privileges granted by these rules and exercised only by persons or organizations that are part of the, and it says news media right there. And then it's a whole list of stuff you can do. Oh my gosh, dude. And Lane is part of the news media. He owns a news company. So, I mean, he could be one or both of those. So literally, she is just talking out of her ass, dude. She is an asshat. She is a danger and a threat to justice and the American. She's a threat to everybody, man. Somebody needs to get this bitch off the bench. To finish proving my accusations on Kent, I Google Meeted myself on my phone from my computer, just like he did. Okay, when I did what I did it with my phone, my computer, and my computer has external speakers. Now your phone also has speakers too, but listen. Woo! Boopy Ben! You see my two little blue talkie bubbles are both firing at the same time, meaning both my mics are on. Now, to get rid of the echo, you can turn off one of the mics, but that doesn't mean that there's not going to be an echo. The echo, it comes from the sound coming out of the speakers and going back into the mic, okay? Because there's two mics doesn't mean there's going to be an echo because there's two mics. It just means that the sound gets louder and can get to the mics faster and recycle itself and echo. Right? Because if it was no speakers and it was just one speaker and two mics, then it would make this horrible screeching sound. You hear that echo? That's because I just joined the call for my phone. So mine echoed like that because they were close together. But if somebody just got really loud, it would do the same thing. Lane Myers.
So all they got to do is say, "Oh, they're in dispute," not actually articulate an argument they're in dispute. The facts are not in dispute because they're the same facts he uses in his motion to suppress. The facts are not in dispute. The legal argument.
And once somebody figured it out, all they would have to do is click a button and it would disappear and go right back to normal. Kent. First, he would have to check both his monitors and then his computer screen, which is right in front of him. So watch his head
Can
movement.
be addressed. The legal arguments are no crimes are fucking committed, no probable cause, no reasonable suspicion. The goddamn toilet cleaner cannot tell somebody to leave. Okay, so you get your fucking legal arguments together and put them on the record.
Right about this moment, looks like he found it, and he's about to click the button. Look at this hardcore thinking face coming up right here.
Right now. Speak into this microphone and tell me
I've been troubleshooting audio for years, man. I know that face, dude. That's when you're
what legal
frustrated.
arguments you're denying. Put it on the record.
We
Put
are
it on
not,
the fucking record.
we're not a court of record.
I know. That's why I'm not fucking calling you this whole fucking hearing.
Defendant's second motion filed February 17,
It's an awful long time staring at the keyboard, Kent.
2025, a motion to suppress. Any additional illuminating argument, Mr. Myers?
Looked down for a little bit and played off. He just found the button.
Well, you don't have the intellectual capacity to understand my emotions. It's obvious.
Wow, that is so much better than...
Right now. Speak into this microphone and tell me
Okay.
you're stupid to be a judge.
Mr. Walquist, any additional argument on behalf of the state?
Nothing further from.
I'm going to start reading my motion out loud in court here if you don't address the legal arguments.
Hey, Mr. Myers, I'm going to ask you not to threaten the court.
I'm going to start reading my motion out loud in court here if you don't address the legal arguments.
Hey, Mr. Myers, I'm going to ask you not to threaten the court.
I'm going to start reading my motion out loud in court here if you don't address the legal arguments.
Hey, Mr. Myers, I'm going to ask you not to threaten the court. Hey, Mr. Myers, I'm going to ask you not to threaten the court.
Address the legal arguments.
Hey, Mr. Myers, I'm going to ask you not to threaten the court.
Address the legal arguments.
Hey, Mr. Myers, threaten the court. Threaten the court.
Address the legal arguments.
Threaten the court.
Address the legal arguments.
Threaten the court.
I mean, you heard what she said. Legal arguments.
Threaten the court.
You know what else threatens the court? Unethical prosecutors, rotten judges, and baseless prosecutions of innocent people. Fuck you. Kent and Kathy.